Ryan,
We would want to talk about that.
you know anything about this film?
So
Anything about this video game? It's
I
getting destroyed. Oh, sorry, I cut you. At Rotten Tomatoes, just destroyed.
I know a little bit about it. I've never played the game. I've heard people talk about it. It's got like this massive following, like a very passionate following from some people, but it just never looked like it's a very appealing game to me. But I know a lot of younger people really dig it and they were excited for the movie. And the critics do not understand it at all.
They don't understand the lore, and they just are trashing this film, saying it sucks. Why would anybody go see it? And they're also saying like, hey, just see it free on Peacock. Like you don't have to pay money to go see it. But surprisingly, even though it's free on Peacock, and even though the critics don't like it, it's actually doing quite well at the box office. Only from what we read yesterday, that it has a $25 million budget. So it's Universal's not done yet climbing the US box office after a spectacular 10.3 million Thursday preview for game-based horror Five Nights at Freddy's. By far the biggest of any horror post-COVID over Nope, Scream 6, Halloween Ends, A Quiet Place, and one of the biggest overalls of 2023. This is insane. This is definitely a younger audience movie. It beat the Eternals, and it's also free on Peacock. This person here says a 75 to 85 million 3-day opening shouldn't be ruled out. That's wild. This is doing surprisingly well at the box office and could challenge the Marvels domestically. At the box office for Five Nights at Freddy's. So we just wanted to give an update on that. But I will say this, it doesn't look good like to transition over to Peacock. It doesn't look good because Peacock actually lost 565 million this summer.
Yeah, Disney is not the only streaming service that loses money. We focus on that because it's one of the biggest ones, but I've talked about Peacock before. Like almost all of these big streamers are losing hundreds of millions of dollars every single quarter. And they have to make an adjustment. That's one of the things. There's like 600 TV series that have been produced in the last year. That's going to get cut down to like 200 or 300 a year because these people have realized they're approaching streaming the entire wrong way. It's one of the things that got negotiated in the writer's strike, that they don't understand that, yeah, you might be guaranteed all these things, but there's going to be way less work for everybody because of what's happening in Hollywood.
It is wild that they gained 4 million subscribers, and yet they're losing a ton. So it like this article says here that the vast majority of Peacock users they subscribe to the cheaper ad supported tier. And you said that earlier, that this is just what streaming service is going to be, pretty much going to have ads in it, and you're going to pay for it anyway if you want that service.
Yeah. It is impressive that Five Nights at Freddy's is able to get like tracking for a potential $70 million opening on a movie that costs 20 or $25 million to make. That is available on streaming. Like you go out and pay $5.99 for ad-based tier or whatever and go watch it on Peacock. Or, if you get it for free with some sign up or through Verizon, whatever, we see these partnerships all the time, and it's still tracking to have, a $10 million Thursday, which is a big number, and potentially a $70 million opening weekend, which right now it's right around where the Marvels is tracking too.
How crazy would that be that a $25 million film will outdo the Marvels, like domestically anyway? Pretty wild.
Mean, I'd be all for it.
I think that'd be great. Maybe it's going to be one of those cult classic type things. Who knows?
I mean, it looks like it's going to do well. Obviously, it's going to make its money back just domestically in the first weekend. In all likelihood, it's going to break even, which is wild.